everyone, welcome back to the Joe Review, and I'm just so frustrated. Newcastle United won, AC Milan 2. So not only are we out the Champions League now, we didn't even get the Europa League place. I mean, I've seen some fans say because, the injury situation, it's probably for the best to just finishing bottom and not going into the Europa League. I mean, I suppose, we don't have as many games, so we can concentrate a lot more on the domestic competitions. Because realistically, we need to be looking to make sure we're back in some European competition for next season, even if it is Conference League. But it was just so frustrating the way we threw that game away. Looking at the starting 11 for us, Callum Wilson was the only change from the 4-1 defeat against Tottenham. A lot of these guys have been playing, 5 games in 2 weeks? No, sorry, 6 games in the last 3 weeks. The only players that started last night that haven't played all those games were Dubravka. He's had to come in because of Pope getting injury against Man United. And Wilson, he's had his injury problems, but it's been good to see him back in the side. The first half, we were all over AC Milan. AC Milan just didn't do anything. I mean, Leao had an effort which wasn't far away. Almiron wasted such a good chance. I mean, Joelinton put the ball into him. I think it was Joelinton. Now, you're thinking at first, brilliant defending from Tomori, and credit to Tomori. He's a guy I really rate highly. But Almiron, I'm just very frustrated. He's thinking he can just put this in on his left, but it's clearly if he puts on his right, if he's got confidence on his right foot, I think we knew he's not very good with his right foot. He's just got no confidence with it. But it's an open goal. If you put it on your right foot, you've easily got the goal. But nope, he just tries getting on his left, waste the chance. And, it was a brilliant opportunity to go 1-0 up. We did eventually go 1-0 up. Cher, good run from him. He plays it to Gordon. Gordon gives it to Miley. Plays it to Joelinton, takes a touch, and then just smashes it in to make it 1-0. What a finish from him. 2 goals in 2 games for the lad. And he goes over to Eddie Howe to celebrate. I mean, we know how much this guy's transformed under Eddie Howe compared to when he was playing under Steve Bruce. It's a brilliant finish from him. We fully deserved the lead going into half time. PSG still drawn away at Dortmund. You're thinking we've got a brilliant chance to get ourselves through here. Obviously, there was nothing we could have done with what happened in Dortmund, but we were doing our job. The second half, AC Milan get their equaliser. Was the ball out? The ball came in from their left-hand side. Eventually came to Giroud. But Lascelles and Cher are on him. They're not picking up Pulisic. Of course, his ex-Chelsea teammate. And Pulisic just puts it away to make it 1-1. I mean, where was the marking for the goal? But at that point, you're thinking, okay, if we kind of get the win, at least get a draw and, go and play Europa League football for next season. I understand lads desperate to stay in the Champions League, not too keen on Europa League. But, it's still European football. If we can stay in it. And I can understand, they might not want Europa League because, they think, it takes up more out of them than what it's worth. But then that was a competition potentially we could have won. I mean, I say that Liverpool are still in it. Bayer Leverkusen as well are a pretty good team these days. But what a chance through Bruno. He played a 1-2 with Isak, who had to come on for Gordon. Gordon, tight hamstring. I just hope he's not out the Fulham game against Fulham, because he has been our best player this season, in my opinion. But Isak played a 1-2 with Bruno, and his shot, good save from Maignan. Tips it onto the bar. What is it about us hitting the woodwork in once again, it's another Champions League game where we've had a great chance. Or potentially get even more than we could have. Or, there's something we think we're just cursing that moment. Hitting the bar twice against Dortmund. The penalty decision in the PSG game. The decision to give Dortmund a throw-in, which they ended up scoring from when, it didn't go over the line, in my opinion. But there you go. But then AC Milan had two chances. They had a chance through layout. We think we've overcommitted here. I think Livramento gave the ball away. Leao's going in. You're thinking, he's going to score, but he hits the post. It's still 1-1, because Milan needed to win the game if they were going to get any European football for next season. Well, sorry, for after Christmas. Because we'd draw on the game, we would have had the Europa League, and they would have been out completely. And then, but then the goal comes. Well, Cher taking it forward. You're thinking, have a shot, mate. He plays to Isak. Isak tries to play 1-2 with him, but they just give the ball away. But then Calabria does well to intercept it. But then Cher, I think he really should just have the shot. Instead, we'll just try to, just pass it around them and get a goal. And the thing is, this is Cher being a centre back. I know how good he is with, going forward as a ball player. But, really, you need to just have the shot there. But then Milan do counter-attack. We've overcommitted again. And eventually Jovic gave it to Chukwueze, or however you pronounce his name. Both of them came on. Actually, it was Jovic gave it to Okafor. He gives it to Chukwueze, and it's a lovely finish from him. And to make it 2-1. I don't think Dubravka could have done anything about either of the goals. Because, last couple of games against Everton and Spurs, there were goals scored that he could have definitely done better for. But maybe you could argue for the chance Leao had that he hit the post. He could have done better for that. Then later on, we just didn't do enough going forward. Milan hit the post a couple more times later on. Dubravka came up for a corner. Then Milan cleared it. They went on the counter-attack. That had an effort from miles out. That could have easily went in, but it didn't. Tomori had a chance right at the end. He hit the post. But really, that's the European season done for us. I'm just very, very frustrated. The way we started the campaign, we got a draw in Milan. We beat PSG 4-1. But then we just threw it away. Dortmund cannot re-argue with the results we had against them. Even if there were some, questionable decisions off the officials. PSG, it's frustrating how if they didn't get that penalty at the end, we could have, actually, we would have finished third. PSG would have actually been out completely, fourth place. That's behind if, last night's results still happened as they did. But then again, we could have just been through with a draw and just played for that. Because I think realistically, we've been trying to get a Champions League place. We've been thinking win or bust here. Whereas, we could easily just set up a draw and just thought, oh, we'll just go again with the Europa League. So we need to learn from this. Our lack of experience hasn't helped us because PSG, Dortmund, Milan. I mean, yes, Dortmund and Milan aren't the same teams as they used to be, but they've still got a lot more experience than us. And then we've had further issues. We've been put in the group of death, and then we've had the issues with all the injuries. We didn't foresee Barnes being out for as long as he was, getting the injury that he did. We didn't foresee Tonali getting the ban. But then you've got to Milan, did they know about it? So, and then let him go. Because really, surely they could have asked for more, unless they needed the money, surely they could have asked for more than, £55 million. For being the captain, Milan fan, and 23-year-old. You think they would have surely asked for more than what we paid for him if he wasn't going to get the ban. We've got the January transfer window, but it's just frustrating that we're not going to have the European football when we'll probably have, a squad better equipped for the extra game load after the January market, because I'm expecting us to be busy in the market, even if we have to get players on loan. I suppose we don't really have to, decide on some players to leave out the European squad, because, to be honest with you, I think I question if we should even have squad limits in the Premier League and the Champions League, because I don't think they've got them in like the lower leagues, where fair enough, you're playing more games in the lower leagues, but then we're playing more games as well, and we're playing at higher intensity in these games, especially the Champions League. So I question that really, and then for the situation we've had. But then you could maybe question Eddie. Could he made subs in other games? We've had previously maybe seen more of Lewis Hall. To give players a bit of a rest. I'm just very frustrated. I don't think we expect to be getting Champions League by the point. Maybe it's Europa League or Conference. By the time the season came around. I don't expect to be back in the Champions League next season. We need to aim for getting some European football for next season. Even better if we could do it by winning the trophy. But, not going back to square one like we did in, last time we got into Europe, because we did more in the transfer market than we did that time when we just signed Werner and Anita and we just slipped down the league. Kabay got the injury as well. We've kind of been lucky in a way that Bruno hasn't yet. But I'm sure we'll get a midfielder in to make up for Tonali getting banned. Calvin Phillips, I'm not sure, but I would rather have him than nobody, even with his injury record, because, you could easily just get injured and we're back to square one. We're going to need a forward who isn't going to necessarily, ideally one who's not necessarily going to demand to be starting, week in, week out. Ruben Neves was linked, but if he wants to stay in Saudi Arabia, just leave that one and look at other players. But going forward, Fulham's not going to be an easy game on Saturday. It's a chance though to get up to 6th place by the end of the weekend, because Brighton, Man United have got games that are going to be very difficult for them. I know Brighton have won the last away to Arsenal the last couple of years. But it's going to be difficult for them to do it again. And Man United, their record at Anfield is absolutely shocking to say the least. And I cannot see them getting anything from that game. So we've got a big chance to, build a gap on Brighton in terms of points, rather than just be ahead of them on goal difference. And, go above Man United. Then, of course, we've got Chelsea in the Cup. It'll not be easy, but hopefully we can get through that tie. Because, we talk about away from home being bad, but we've already won 3-0 away to Man United in the Carabao Cup. Apologies for that sound in the background, if you did hear it. Just my PlayStation, I should have put the telly on mute. Hopefully Barnes will be back soon. Botman as well. Willock. I mean, it's encouraging that we've had, Byrne and Longstaff back in recent games, as well as Wilson. Mind you, Dan Byrne should have definitely done better for that second goal. Marking Chukwueze. But it is good that he's back, for, squad depth to help us with an aspect. We know Trippier's going to be out the Fulham game. He's picked up 5 yellow cards. I'm not in that fussed because it gives him a chance to rest. We'll play Livramento at right back. Potentially Kraft could get some minutes again. Hopefully we'll get a go at left back again. That's pretty much all I've got to say for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed what I've had to say. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe to my channel, check out my social media pages in the description below, and I'll see you later.